Daily Bible reading is a must for me. The world just being so hectic, like you said, with work and family, just things can get away from you like really quick. When I'm in the Word and I'm reading the verses, Paul said it yesterday, read through like Romans 8, it's like God's talking to me. As you read through that, you're like, I get it. The other thing that I do, I think I went through Curcio, Curcio is a short study in Christianity is really what it means. It was a short weekend, but then coming out of that, we learned about grouping. And grouping is when you get with other brothers, in Christ, the community. Just being with a group of guys, we call them grouping brothers, it's just been really important in my life. And I've been doing it, like I said, for 16 or 17 years. I can kind of see how God's working in their lives. And when they need some support or some help, I can give, maybe support. God's there to provide the advice, but I can pray for them and let them know I'm thinking about them and do anything I can to help them. And in the same sense, when I'm going through something or I need prayers, I know that my brothers are there for me. I can reach out to them and I can ask them for anything. What we share with each other, stays between us, and it's an important part of my life and will be going forward. 4 years ago, I got a call probably about between 11:30 and midnight. I answered the phone, and the dad woke me up. I answered the phone, and all I hear was Jordan's voice, who's our daughter, and she was crying, and I heard sirens. And she'd been in an accident. And as Terry and I were driving to the hospital, this was still kind of around the COVID time period, so we could not go into the hospital. We could get to the hospital, check in, and then we had to wait in our car. But there was a sense of calmness surrounding me that I knew God was in control. I knew that He had it. As a parent, you're always worried. It's your worst nightmare. But I knew that, God was in control of the situation. There was nothing that I could do, at that point. And so we waited. We waited in the parking lot for 4 or 5 hours, and by God's grace, she was okay. So, in that situation, if I wasn't close to God, I don't know what I'd do. I think my boat would be far, far away from the shore. Just because of what happened yesterday is our granddaughter. She's going to be 2 in a couple months. Her name's Olive. She comes over and just her smile, the joy she brings is just amazing. I can just see God in her. I can see God in that smile, her big blue eyes. The other one that I thought of as well is that as a church family, I mentioned that we've served as a church over 25 years at Chris Becker, and I would tell you every single time when the guests are leaving, there's always a few that come up and say, thank you, with a big smile on their face, or God bless you, thank you for serving. It's like, gosh, we get so much more out of serving than we give, than the time that we give. I'm amazed, at the time. It's like, so God constantly, I don't want to say surprises, maybe He does. He constantly surprises. It's like, we're busy, we're feeding, it gets, hectic, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and then all of a sudden, somebody's finished their meal and they're leaving, and they say, God bless you, thank you for serving. It's like, no matter how hectic, you hear that, and it just brings a smile to your face, and you're thinking, man, it's incredible. We served at Chris Becker for all those years, and then St. Vincent de Paul closed the Sunny Slope facility. As a group, we all have been praying on, what's the next opportunity? Where's God leading us to serve? And I was out in the narthex, and Pastor Paul came up to me and said, hey, I think there's an opportunity. And we got a call from this organization called House of Refuge. And Mike Millison has done work with them in the past, and they're looking for people to come serve meals. They have a shortage. And so we have started to serve at House of Refuge. The more and more I learn about the organization, the more impressed I am. I mean, what's kind of unique is we take the food over into the kitchen, we actually serve the men as they come through, and then once all the men go through, we prepare a plate for ourselves, and then we sit with them and we talk with them. We find out what's going on in their lives. It's just amazing when you listen to their stories, you know, what God's doing in their lives to kind of turn their life around. They're getting closer and closer to God, you know, and as they're moving their lives forward, some of the things they're doing are incredible. You just kind of sit back and watch, and you just think when you leave, you're like, man, God's just doing some amazing things. And kind of goes back, like when you're in the Bible, when I'm in the Bible and I'm reading, I notice it more. You know, it's like I can see, you know, what the Lord's doing it's incredible. It's not always what He's doing in our lives; it's what He's doing in all these other people's lives. And then you think, wow. A lot of times we think that, you know, we're the witness, and a lot of times people witness to us. And there's different parts of our lives, you know, there are different seasons where either we're the witness or we're witnessing others. It's just incredible.